Hello, I'm Dr. Alicia Squires at Family First Chiropractic and Wellness Center, and I'm here to talk to you about proper nutrition during pregnancy. So I'm sure you've heard the term eat for two, and although you will be having the cravings to eat that much, that's not entirely what you need to do. So the amount that you have to add to your regular diet in order to grow another human might not be as much as you'd think. So you only need about an extra 300 calories per day in order to have sufficient amount of energy in order to grow your baby. So what can typically happen is that you find yourself eating too much too often, and that can eventually lead to unwanted weight gain. So some weight gain is going to be expected with pregnancy, but it doesn't have to be excessive. So if it is excessive, it could potentially lead to complications such as gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, or even a difficult birth. So you want to make sure that you're staying within the certain amount of calories so you don't put on too much weight. So within those 300 calories, a lot of that is going to be made up of protein. So protein is used for literally everything that needs to be developed within the baby. I'm talking bones, muscles, organs, hormones, enzymes, the antibodies in the baby's immune system. Like, protein is used for all of those things. So you want to make sure that you're consuming anywhere from 25 to 30 grams of protein in addition to what's already recommended for you. And that will be plenty to help with developing your baby. So not only is it good for the baby, but it's also good for mom. So with mom, it helps to maintain muscle mass. So as bellies are growing, center of gravity is being placed more forward, muscles become more weak. So this is going to help with maintaining the integrity of your muscles the best they can as things are constantly changing and moving around. But it's also going to help with developing new breast tissue and new uterine tissue. So the further along you get in pregnancy, the uterus needs to grow, the breasts are going to develop as you produce milk and get ready for breastfeeding. And so that's going to be able to support that. So in addition to protein, you want to make sure that you're getting plenty of fluids. It will take a conscious effort to make sure that you are getting enough hydration during pregnancy. So enough fluids is going to provide plenty of amniotic fluid in the womb that helps to protect the baby. But it also makes sure that mom has enough blood in order to take the proper nutrients and everything to the baby, supplies the baby, as well as remove wastes from the baby so it can be eliminated from mom's system. So consume anywhere from 8 to 10 glasses of water per day in order to make that happen. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be straight water in order to get enough fluids. You can also consume things like fresh fruits and vegetables that have that water content in them, but you also get the extra added benefit of more vitamins and nutrients that come from those fresh foods. Now, finally, and arguably the most important thing that you need to consume during pregnancy is folate or folic acid. And this is going to be used to develop what's called the neural tube. So the neural tube is what eventually becomes the baby's brain and spinal cord. Now, the neural tube tissue starts out as a flat sheet, kind of like that. And then as the baby develops, that sheet folds in on itself and fuses together and creates a tube. So, neural tube. Now, what we need in order to make that connection is the folic acid. So if we don't have enough folic acid, then the tube is not going to be able to close. And that leads to things known as neural tube defects. So what that means, so for example, if the neural tube did not close on the bottom part, then the base of the spinal cord is going to be existing outside of the spine, or sometimes outside of the body. And that's known as spina bifida, if you've heard that term. If the top part of the neural tube doesn't close, then you get what's called anencephaly. And that means that part of the brain and part of the skull is missing, which is unfortunately not compatible with life. So that is why folic acid is so important. So we can get a healthy neural tube so the baby can have a good nervous system that's going to last them the rest of their life. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions about nutrition during pregnancy.